Good morning, traders of Academy 55 and everybody else who's watching the recording. My name is David Karn. It's Wednesday, the 30th of July. It's 5 to 8 in the morning here in the UK, looking at the EUR USD on the 1 minute time frame, looking at the Academy 55 indicators and strategy. Well, what can we see at the moment? Well, if I quickly take the indicators off, we go to the 5 minute time frame. We can see we're in the middle of a sell zone. So that's really all we need to know. Let's see if we can see any what's happening on the bigger picture quickly at the moment. On the daily, that's that imbalance I drew up earlier yesterday, tapped into that. Got a lot of daily imbalance above here. No selling power this side. Sorry, no buying power this side or that side of this daily candle here 2 days ago. So that is in balance from there to there, but that's too far away. We won't be drawing that up. So let's go down to the 4-hourly. And here indeed is this 4-hourly imbalance candles. Let's scooch that up, see if we can alter this a bit. This is imbalance that was being tapped into. Now we've got down to there. That's all in balance, no selling power that side of the candle, nor that side of the candle, so that's why that's in balance. And coincidentally, we've got imbalance here, this side, so I think it's prudent to draw that in. From there to there, that's all in balance. Get the right box. So sell FVG, fair value gap, same thing. So there we go, that's that. So we go down to the, I'll put it on the line chart. See if we got any significant areas. Well, that one we drew up yesterday. Put it on the hourly. And is this significant? We'll put a horizontal line there. One touch, two touches on that area there. So come off. And we go down to the 5 minute. Like I say, we're in a sell zone. So we will draw a horizontal ray, sell zone there, buy zone, there. So we know to take the next sell. And there we are, that's where we are. Put the indicators back on. And we are waiting for something like this. Keep 2.2 pips away, minimum. Price to come down here. Go underneath the purple line again, but will it bounce or break? Now we know we're in sell zones. So if we do get a scenario, for whatever reason, we have a bit of a sell and then it goes into more of a buy, because we're in sell zone territory, I'm not going to be activating on the buys. I'm going to be doing a sell, if anything. But we might have a bigger picture where the dollar is failing again. Euro's picking up strength again because we've got all sell zones here and we've got this imbalance down up there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put our MT4 on and keep a minimum of 2.2 pips away. So I write in 22 there, which indicates 2.2 pips away. And I'm looking for the next sell, which is what we're going to have because it goes buy, sell, buy. So the next alert will be a sell, and that's what I'm looking for. Just starting to get a red volume ribbon. I think it's this purple line here. We might see it hug that purple line till it makes up his mind what he wants to do, whether it wants to go higher, all determining on the dollar, or indeed, hopefully we get a nice sell because we're in the sell zone. So take the next sell. And we're very close to that maybe happening. So we'll stick on this. Already, as you should do, already checked for high impact news. There isn't any. Make sure your risk to reward is in purple. Your lot calc is in purple. And you've got that all important 1% written in there. No higher than 1%. So we're activating on this buy still by the look of it and going higher into sell zone territory. So it's more of a risky trade. And we only need 1 or 2 trades a day. So why go for the scenario where it's even more risky? We don't need it. It very well might work. But just because it might work doesn't mean to say it's not true to say that it's a riskier trade. The probabilities are a lot less. So we wait for a sell. Which may or may not happen. Doesn't matter. We traders, we wait. Patience. Because we only need a very small percentage target for the month. There's no pressure on us to want to trade. We wait for the right opportunities. Which very much reminds me of this, see if I can find it. Here we go. This thing I wrote out for myself. I am a master trader. I develop specific plans of action that meet my trading goals. I exercise wisdom and patience in trading. I wait for the right opportunity to present itself. I am paid to wait for great trades. Every trade entry meets the required criteria. I recognize trading opportunities quickly, clearly, and with great ease. I act decisively when executing my positions. Emotion has no place in my trading plan. I recognize loss as a part of trading. I follow good money management principles that minimize loss and maximize gains. I attract wealth and abundance, and this is reflected in my trades. I trade with peace, confidence, and clarity. I am a master trader. Now, take a screenshot of that if you want to. There are various versions of this in our Academy 55. Pin it to the wall, learn it off by heart in your head, whatever. Say it to yourself several times a day, and it says all it needs to be said. But now we are the powers that be have decided that we are in sell zone territory, but now this sell zone, I'm going to use that the same line. We're up to there. This is a significant area, obviously, because it's been around there. So is it going to go and take more orders in this sell zone here? I hope so, because then it'll give us even more confidence when we do get our sell alert. But again, will they want to tap into this imbalance up here? All depending when. Are they going to save this for New York opening? Are they going to do it within this shift? Are there lots of sell orders here and here that we're not aware of? We trade what we see. We're only following the fingerprints of what they, the bankers and the investors are doing. But this is a significant area here because we've been stalling along here. Lots of orders being placed at 3:20 this morning. Are there yet more orders in this area here to collect and then come back down again? While it's doing that, let's just check this out. Now here we see price getting into the 5-minute zone again. Oh, by the way, this is the trade we took. I took this yesterday afternoon, did a video of it. Yet again, we went into the buy zone again. So let's go. This is on the 5-minute time frame. So let's get the time machine just momentarily here. And let's go down to the minute. So we know to take the next buy. Just like here. So let's see what happens. So on the minute, play it on. Right. We haven't got the green trend line yet, and the parabolic SAR is above price, so we wouldn't be getting into this yet. And indeed, the trend line turned green. So we have chance to get in. Long position. Minimum of 2.2 pips away. I'm watching on the other monitor, by the way, so we're not missing anything. Price is still going up live, but this is where we would be. Well, you would, as you can see, that's your 2% there. So you would have got that with ease. But let's say you were a bit slow off the mark and you got in like a 4 or even 5 pip. And you're confident because your 2% is still below the purple line. In case it's coming to retrace to hit that purple line, let's see what happens. Oh, in actual fact, you would have been out. But that is a 5 pip stop loss. Like I say, it was all about activating on this and, and being ready with your finger on the button at 2.2 pips minimum. And you would have got your, you could probably even afford a 3 pip stop loss, which is there, which would have given you a, where's your 2%? Yeah, you would, even if you're giving yourself a 3%, 3 pip stop loss between entry. But look, it came back down into the buy zone again. And you may have given yourself another opportunity. Let's see what happened here. Right, I'm quickly, very quickly. Yep, indeed, you would have got an opportunity there as well, all because it went into the buy zone. But what we're doing now, we're going back to present day very, very quickly because we are on a slope down now. This is live now. Sorry, that was just the zones I was showing you from yesterday afternoon. This is the scenario we're looking for. As you can see, we are still very, very aggressively selling off now. Nearly touched the sell zone here. There was probably some sell orders. Let's go and make this wider. Incidentally, if you're watching my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the like button and make sure you touch the bell so you can be alerted next time we are on live or I produce a video or anything like that. And please be aware that all trades are taken for educational purposes only. I trade, so you don't have to if you don't want to. Also on YouTube, there is a longer delay on me hitting the button, but the Academy 55 members get to be in the same room as me, so the delay is, well, basically there is no delay, minimal, but there will, because of streaming efforts and all that, there is a delay from YouTube. So, but this is the scenario we are at. On the 1 minute. Nice to see so many members on this morning. All the regulars. Nice to see you. Let's turn it over to the MT4. As you can see, I've got this 2.3. If I want to be very minimal about it, 2.2. There we go. Have it floating. But this is where got a sell alert there. Did you see that? But this is where I want my stop loss. I've got to be careful because there's a little bit of imbalance here, just underneath on this candle here. But will price bounce or break off this purple line? My 2% will be down here somewhere. if we get that far. If they haven't got a bigger picture for a bit more of a buy. But we're here waiting. Now all of a sudden we've got that it's stalled and a few sell orders obviously to bring it down. Now there may be other sell orders up here that they wish to take. So we'll have to wait and see. What usually happens, it happens in historically. This pattern here is called a flag. Now I haven't got the drawing tool, but if you imagine a flag waving, and then it's flag up, flag up, flag up, up. That's a mini flag up, flag up. So we are still going upwards incrementally at the minute. Like all these terms, don't worry about all these terms. Company 55 strategy is designed so you don't need to know all this. Flag up, flag up, flag up, flag up. Right, we've got the seller alert back on again now. Now the worry is, well, not worry, but the thought is it might bounce or break off the purple line. But so we're going to wait for all these to turn red, but that's where the stop loss is going to be right there, right where the candle is now. So I'm going to give this a few pips between stop loss and entry, because we might be forming yet another flag before it goes up. But we are in the sell zone. We know this. We'll just wait here. This could change within a minute. Really could. Bit of volume come down here. All of a sudden, these turn red, all very, very quickly. And then all of a sudden, the sell that's been threatening to come on will be on permanently. And then all of a sudden, we find ourselves down here. So we can't really not get off this screen. Well, here, this is where we wait. A bit like trout fishing, waiting for the float to sink down before striking. Right, it's gone off again. Got the sell alert, but it keeps going off and on, repainting as price fluctuates. And this is a critical, well, must not use the term critical. It's not critical. This is the area where price is fluctuating. So there we go. So therefore we have is it a sell? No. So once we get past this area, that sell will be will be permanent. Once we get price gets down here, but where price is right now, that's where I want my stop loss. Got a red volume. Oh, even that repainted back to green, but price ends up down here. We will, all these will be red, I'm sure. Let's have a quick look on the, shall I? Yeah, let's have a quick look on the 5 minute. See, on the 5 minute, we haven't got any, maybe a little bit of imbalance there. Got imbalance on this candle here, which is good. Like to see that. So price might be going down. Right, we've got a permanent sell now. A red volume ribbon. The wave's still green, but I mean, this could still go on for a bigger buy, really. I wouldn't be surprised. And if it does, I won't be taking the buy because we are in a sell zone. And incidentally, if we are taking this buy here, your stop loss would be there, and that buy would have worked. But it's a very probability riskier trade because I knew we were in the sell zone, and I don't want to. I don't wish to. I like to more probabilities in my favor. So it's liking this area a lot, collecting orders, maybe longer term orders. They could be buy orders, they could be sell orders. At the moment, we've got more sell orders than buy orders, but buy orders are fighting back. And indeed, parallels are now has flipped again. So, but the good news is we haven't lost any money. A bit of a tussle at the moment between buyers and sellers. Who's going to win out? So we've got real sideways movement going on, picking up orders, buy and sell orders. And obviously, if we do get big sell orders coming in, it'll go like that. And if we get big buy orders, it'll go carry on the buy. That sounds a bit obvious, but that's what's going on. That's because that's why we're seeing this area here picking up buy sell orders. And this sell might not come to nothing. May not. And indeed, it might come down here and respect the purple line and then shoot on back up again. That's the worry. So I'm going to have to give myself well, I might give myself a big stop loss, but again, it's only a 1% loss because we might get down to here and then go back up again. And if I stick with 2.2, by the time we get down there, I might have been near my 2% profit. See, is there another flag? And up again. That's the thing. Got a red volume ribbon. Just a small red wave happening now. That if that comes down and pushes up parallels off up there. I want my stop loss there, just above the wave. But I want a lot more, a little bit more confirmation of indeed a sell, which I may or may not get. I'm just going to put it so it's floating again. Very indecisive actions. Nothing definite going on. Picking up orders as they go. There isn't a lot of volume around because and so the question should arise, are they going on what's called a stop hunt? That means they're fooling retail traders to put in either sell or buy orders, and then they'll go and take those sell or buy orders, their stop losses, and get the equity from themselves. And that's how they make their money also, doing that. Because there's no other big investors in at the moment to make the market move. And that's what is going on at the moment. We're waiting for some big investors, big whales to come in and say, yeah, the dollar's getting stronger now, so we will bring the euro down. If they got the foresight to see that, then that's what will happen, but not yet. It's all looking a bit, yeah, this is just like a stop hunt going on. There's no decisions being made yet, and yet there's orders being placed that the bankers and the investors are quite happily to take those orders and get the equity for themselves. Thanks very much. But the good news is Academy 55 strategy is keeping you out of all of this because we're waiting for better confirmations. This could last for until 9 o'clock, whenever they want, really. Takes $10 million to move 1 pip. $10 million of investment. Yeah, he's just playing around now. So price has at least got to get down to here. If it was to, we could have a bit of a sell-off. So I'm going to take that off. This is the scenario. I'm going to have a look at the 5 minute. Right, we've got him balanced down there, which is good. Also, we've got the buy zone there, so yeah, still looking good for a sell, but when are they going to do that? We don't know. The indicator back on. Let's try again. So, taking more orders. Buy and sell orders. Quite happily making their money by taking those orders and hitting people's stop losses, retail traders' stop losses to get themselves a little bit of money. Get the equity all for themselves. While nothing seems to be happening big in the bigger picture at the moment. They're quite happy doing this. That's why you get this sideways movement, which happens 80% of the time. And while we have this situation, I don't want to be leaving this screen just in case things happen, and then all of a sudden we're down here. I wouldn't be activating on the buy because we are in the sell zone. And yet it may very well, like down here, this buy actually did work, but you know, the probabilities weren't good. So I was quite happy to watch, which is what we did. Didn't lose any money. So, well, nothing's happening. I'll throw open the chat. If anybody wants to say anything about what they've seen, please feel free to write in the chat, and if I can answer, I certainly will. And the same on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube and you want to ask a question, I will flip on to the YouTube channel momentarily and answer any questions, if there is any, just about what we've seen here today. But yeah, so we're just waiting for the best probabilities, waiting for a red trend line, volume ribbon red. Price has got to come down to at least to throw that parabolic SAR from below price to above price. and I'm still concerned about the purple line, the EMA 462, which is 462 of these 1 minute candles. It's a Fibonacci number, but price respects that area. And all the time, if they make a decision, or several people make a decision and think, yeah, we're going to sell off the euro against the US dollar, and there's enough orders, obviously price will come down and we might have ourselves a trade. But I like the way the Academy 55 is strategy is making us honest about these things and keeping us away from potential jumping in just for the sake of it. Right, so I'm going to, that's where my stop loss is there. But because of this nervy action, right, are we going to bounce? Right, I'm in the trade. I'm in the trade. But by doing that, I had to wait till 5.8%. What am I talking about? 5.8 pips stop loss. Got a red trend line, red volume ribbon, red wave. We're underneath the purple line only just now, but look, see how that purple line is acting as a bit of a barrier on this particular occasion, but we've got a lot of imbalance there now, unfortunately. But have we got enough sell orders to take us down to this area down here? Let's recreate. It might come back up again. Let's just do this 5.8. I said, hang on. There. 5.8, which is there. 2% is there. Let's take the and look on the 5 minute time frame. So this area here, I mean, it could tap into there. I mean, it could do anything really, I know, but we've given ourselves a chance now. But this area here, in the short term, is of interest. So if we do get down to this area here, I'd be interested in putting my stop loss to my entry for a risk-free trade if that happens, because I've seen price tap into these areas and then go back up again, or it might actually. Are there lots of buy orders down here that the banks and might want to tap into? I certainly hope so, but we don't know that. And I'm hoping they'd want to be doing that within our trade here. But at the same time, I'm also aware that where our stop loss is, we have just balance here as well that needs to be filled. So this is the scenario we have with our trade. So I'm going to mark this area here, 1.15469. So I'm going to get my 1.5469. So this area here is the start of that imbalance candle on the 5 minute. There, look. Actually, yeah, there. And I've seen sometimes price taps into it and shoots on back up again. So this area here would be of interest, and an area where to put my stop loss to my entry. So I have a risk-free trade for the rest of it, the remaining, if we do get that far. But all the time recognizing that we have a potential 1% loss and being quite okay about that, because history tells me from my journal that indeed I get the I get my what I want every month from my trading, the longer term. So 1% is emotionless trading. It is emotionless trading. I am not concerned. I recognize the fact that we got a big imbalance here now, and price could come up here and eventually hit my stop loss, which would give me a 1% loss. But I'm okay with that. But I also know, because I waited for price on the 5 minute time frame to get into the sell zone, I know that I got a 75% chance of a win. As borne out in my journal, I encourage everybody to keep a journal, whether you're a member of Academy 55 or not, because that's how you learn. Dijan, welcome Dijan. She's on my YouTube channel. She's watching me for the first time. She wishes me luck. She's thinking to follow me in this trade. Well, like I said before, Dijan, these trades are for educational purposes only, but nice to hear from you. And I've got something in Academy 55 member has got something in chat. How long do you feel it takes for someone to be as consistent as me at trading if they practice every day? Well, it's like saying how long is a piece of string, Raj? It's it's very it's more or less impossible to say. Um, I would say six. Well, we've always said to get enough knowledge to pass the prop firm challenge, which is what which is what this all is all about. We give it 6 months, but do we know that person is not doing other trading or trying other strategies? Are they only sticking with Academy 55? Are they looking at all the stuff religiously every day? Um, so we don't know what these people are doing. But on average, I guess about 6 months really. Just sticking with this, nothing else. But it is like a piece of string. How long is a piece of string? We don't. Yeah, if they practice just this every day, we would expect them. Well, not expect. That's all wrong. We would hope that they would be in a position where they feel confident enough to pass their prop firm challenge. But right now, as you can see, price is respecting this purple line again, and I'm hoping that's going to act as some sort of barrier to carry on down. But we have imbalance on this candle here, and if it's the longer term view that they are going to sell off the euro, I certainly hope so, which means we will get our 2%. But are they just stalling for the bigger picture and going up to where there's more, maybe more orders here? We don't know. But at the same time, after all of it, it's only a 1% loss, which is not a big deal. We'll have to wait and see. We have some German high impact news at 9 o'clock. Uh, being German is a cog, just one of the cogs of the, and I don't think it's going to do much at all. Uh, Italian and German. Sorry, I'll actually share that with you. There we go. 9 o'clock our UK time. In 12 minutes, we got high impact news, but I'm not suspecting that that's going to throw too many spanners in the works. But if we were like here, for example, and then 9 o'clock, it might be just enough to take our stop loss, and consequently we're here and just about to take profit. Then so it's something to bear in mind. But at the same time, I'm not too concerned about that because although it's high impact news, it's German and Italy, which is now the German and Italian economies make up for quite a lot of the euro, but it's not the big picture. I guess we'll stick around to see anyway. Getting back to Dejan, thank you very much for. I hope I spelled your name, pronounced your name correctly. If you're still there, this is what we do. I do this live with these guys from Academy 55, 4 days of the week, just for 1 hour a day. And indeed, I encourage them to come back at a time that suits them by following the strategy of red, 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 cellular, red, 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 get in for 2%, and use the use of these on the 5 minute time frame, the use of these zones, sell zone and buy zones. On the 5 minute, once price gets into the sell zone in this case here, we know to take the next sell on the 1 minute, down she goes, and consequently we know to take the next buy here, and up she goes. So that's what I encourage them to do, and also to make a journal. And in Academy 55, you get to see my journal, copy it, and not only can you see my journal on a daily basis, but you can also delete all the information on that journal and make each your own journal, which I encourage everybody to do. And that's how you increase your learning capabilities, because then in the comment section you write how you're feeling about that trade, whether you were definitely sure you followed all the rules, red, red, red. I mean, realistically, on this, I would have liked to have been 2.2. There, which would have pushed my 2 to 1. And as you can see, that I would have been there already. I would have had my 2%. But it was one candle. Hang on. Just want to get to back to where I was. So all I've got to do is do that, do that. There we go. So by waiting to 5.8 pips, I'll give myself the confirmation of being below the purple line, which is okay. But if I'd have been quicker on this candle here and really alert, I would have had my 2% already. But the way it worked out is that I'm underneath this purple line now. But are we going to get like this situation here and it goes up again? Because like I keep saying, we have this and just in case, I guess, just in case, because we got the I, I, I'm really tempted. I was really tempted to put my stop loss to my entry, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go for. I will if price gets down to here because that's the start of the imbalance on the 5 minute candle, as I pointed out earlier on. So if price gets down to this area here, then I would put my stop loss to my entry. But I'm okay and fully accepting there could be a 1% loss because of this imbalance here, and I'm okay with that. Remain emotionless. Because as I always say, if I wasn't doing live with you guys, I would be making a cup of tea, walking away from the screen, and either accepting a 2% gain or a 1% loss. Because this is just playing with your mind. There's no point, it's futile. There's no point in that. But because I'm with you guys live, I this is where we are. But thanks for all the questions. Do you see that it's creating a double bottom? Yes, I do see it's creating a double bottom, Dijan. But we don't, it's picking up more orders, basically. But we don't know whether they're going to be sell or buy orders. And through our back testing that we've done with Academy 55, we know that we have a 75% chance of price getting our 2% eventually. But you're quite right. And that's on the minute time frame. And in a way, Dijan, because you by your comment there, I can sort of maintain that you've been trading maybe a little while. See, the Academy 55 strategy is designed for new people, and because we only go for one trade or two trades a day. So if this was to fail and I get a 1% loss, no problem. I can come back later on in the day and trade one more time by waiting for price to get into, again, on the either on the 5 minute time frame for price to get into the sell zone. Then I will look for the next sell on the 1 minute. There we go. Your double bottom has just been broken. But good shout anyway. But the Academy 55 strategy is designed to simplify and help people pass their prop firm challenge and use other people's money to trade with rather than their own. In actual fact, when this trend line, if we get in a situation, this trend line goes below my entry, that's when I might put my stop loss to my entry in recognition of the fact price may indeed come respect either this purple line or the trend line and then come back down again. If it breaks it, there's a good chance it will break my stop loss anyway. But we are stalling now. It's picking up more orders. I stream Dejan's question. She says, are you streaming every day? Stream usually Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, depending on my lifestyle and depending on if there's red flag news, high impact news. But like I said, we're not intending to get people to copy me. I'm just showing you how the strategy works. And we want people to be independent of me and do their own thing. All trades are for educational purposes only. So it doesn't matter whether I win or lose. It's what your own journey that's really really that counts. But right now, I'm hoping that this purple line, just like it did here, sorry, MT4 is terrible for this. I'll go back to just like it did here. Look, this is trading view. Just like it did here, it used the purple line as a barrier. I'm very much hoping that this purple line will be used as a barrier once again. But what we're going to do now is I am going to go on silent and I'm going to keep this trade up and running. And as you can see now, the trend line is coming with the purple line. So this is a very this is a big barrier for price to cross. Not saying it can't do it. Of course it can do it. It can do whatever it likes. But this is so in another few minutes, maybe at 9, maybe in another 1 or 2 minutes. Oh, we got that German news, haven't we? I guess we'll see what will happen. I don't expect much to happen at all, to be fair. I shouldn't say that because it makes me look stupid if it does. But I think now is the time to put my stop loss just above the purple line. So we get taken out. It's more or less a risk-free trade. Because we got a lot of imbalance there. But obviously I'm hoping we will have, and they're picking up orders again. Are they going to be sell orders or buy orders? They're probably disseminating the German and the Italian news and making a decision on the basis of that. maybe. I don't know. Shouldn't say because I don't know. We trade what we see, not what we think. And I can see the trend line mixing with the purple line. So hopefully price will hit that trend line and react off that and then come back down again. But if it shoots up, there is a chance it's going to, in actual fact, no, I'm not going to do that. Sorry for changing my mind, but I'm going to accept the 1% loss if indeed it happens. But I'm hoping that it's going to react off that like it's done now and shoot back down again and then get down to these levels down here. But it's gone sideways again, making decisions. What are they going to do? Could be a deeper sell down to these areas here to tap into that imbalance. See what I mean by leaving these trades on? All these things are going through my mind now, and we don't need to do this because yeah, it just messes with you. The Academy 55 is meant to be easy. Tells you where your stop loss is going to be. We got a message from a blue Gilla on my YouTube channel. Do you have any recommendations on learning material? I've just started. Well, yeah, you want to get started with us, Academy 55, learn a very, very simple strategy that we have here. Look at my videos. The information is in the comments on how to get started with us, and we'd love to see you in there. So that's my recommendation. It's designed for new people and intermediates alike to get more consistency with their trading, and you wouldn't do any worse than by finding us. So yeah. Right. So now I feel more confident now to put my stop loss to my entry because if price does come up and swallows up Paramount might gain enough momentum to actually, because it's broken that trend line as well, and it might gain momentum to actually go through my stop loss, which would have been there. But any case, I am going on silent now because I've been rattling on for about a so we're going to leave it like this. You can see it play out one way or the other. Hopefully, we're going to have enough volume to get down to these levels here. And indeed, once we get down to there, if we get down to these levels, that's well over 1%. I might decide to take that if I'm around at the time, but we'll see. But watching these things just messes with your mind. And at the end of the day, we've made our decision. We accept a 1% loss or a 2% gain, totally emotionless. So what I'm going to say to you now, guys, is I'm going to go on silent. I'm going to leave it like this. Thank you for all your questions. And have a great day.